come on the national podium and make his introductory comments, after which we will officially introduce to you our guests and other officials of the Ministry of Information. I'd like to thank the management and staff of Equatorial Latitude Broadcasting Corporation, that's ELBC, for that innovation. Today, this platform has gone digital. There's no more using analog on the platform through the broadcasting division. Under the leadership, the new leadership on the arrest agenda. I'd like to thank you, members of the press, for taking up your time on the ring to come and inform the Liberian people about what our guests will say here. I'd like now to invite the Deputy Minister for Technical Services, the Deputy Spokesperson of this government, who will come and make his introductory comment and introduce to you our guests, Mr. Sandro. Good afternoon, distinguished members of the press. Good afternoon to Liberians following us here from the historic Charles Bayon conference room here at the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Today is Tuesday, the 24th day of September. We have, again, we are here to do a piece of job on behalf of the government of Liberia. We have in our midst Honorable Gamen Kogwe. She comes from the Liberia Intellectual Property Office. Honorable Kogwe will provide updates on the current affairs of the Liberia Intellectual Property Office. We will also have our own Madam Kaleatu Conte Buhiru. She's Deputy Minister for Culture and Tourism here at the Ministry of Information. As we all know, on Friday, we'll be celebrating World Tourism Day. So she's come here to give you an update of the itinerary leading to the celebration of this year World Tourism Day. Before we hear from our guests, I'm privileged to make the following remarks on behalf of the government of Liberia. As we will all be aware, President Joseph Boakai is currently in the United States of America for official business. We plan to address the 79th section of the United Nations General Assembly. Why in the United States? On yesterday, President Joseph Boakai received the Alpha Award of Merit from the Alpha fraternity, recognizing his strong involvement in humanitarian organization. The fraternity played a crucial role during Liberia's Ebola crisis in 2014 and 15 respectively. There are a lot of permanent Liberian citizens that are members of the Alpha fraternity, and President Boakai in return expressed gratitude for the award, noting that it is a significant honor to be the first member of the group to serve as a president of a sovereign nation. The award presented by the General President, Dr. Willie L. Lonzo III,
is based on merit and service, with past notable recipients, including civil rights leader, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. As a nation, we celebrate this international recognition of our President's service to Liberia and humanity at large. While in New York, President Bouacar also received warm welcome from the Liberian community in Staten Island over the weekend. A town hall meeting was held, and the President was able to connect with Liberians who live in that part of the world. Attendees at the meeting expressed their high hopes for President Bouacar's leadership and the government's ability to meet their expectations. President Bouacar commended the commitment of Liberians, both home and abroad, to contribute to the nation's future during the 2023 presidential elections. He reiterated his vision of creating an attractive Liberia that offers opportunities comparable to those elsewhere in the world. The President emphasized his zero-tolerance policy for corruption and the need for accountability regarding crimes committed during the civil war in Liberia. The President acknowledged the pain endured by many Liberians and stressed that impunity must end, insisting that accountability is no longer a distant dream, but a pressing necessity. Following his town hall, President Bouacar attended the UN Summit for the Future, which gathered over 100 world leaders to discuss global commitment for a better future. The summit focused on various global issues, including climate change, food security, and health, with a renewed commitment to achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals. President Bouacar, for his part, called for transformational changes in global governance, advocating for a fairer financial environment to support the development agendas of vulnerable nations. The President stressed the importance of prioritizing liquidity in a global financial system to assist developing countries in achieving their sustainable development goals. An outcome document from the summit is available online for members of the press. Also, the government of Liberia is impressed by the support of the United States government towards our effort to hold accountable people who are alleged to have committed crimes, war crimes in Liberia during the Civil War. To that effect, a visiting U.S. delegation led by Ambassador at Large for Global Criminal Justice, Bev Van Schek, is in Liberia to enhance cooperation in the justice sector and support the establishment of the World Economic Crimes Court for Liberia. The U.S. has been a long-standing partner of Liberia, committed to peace, democracy, and the rule of law. President Bouacar reaffirms that impunity will be eradicated and accountability will prevail. On a more recent note, the government notes with keen interest that an employee of the Ministry of Justice has been charged and sent to court for divulging sensitive national security information to a certain media network. The government has taken note of an employee of the Ministry of Justice, Sawa Eric Zion, who has been charged for leaking sensitive national security information to the media. The act of disclosing classified information is a serious offense with severe penalties. While public information is accessible to all Liberians, classified national security information requires proper authorization for access. The government acknowledges the existence of a leaking culture, but emphasizes the importance of adhering to the rule of law governing public service rule. Those who violate these laws will face the consequences, as the government is committed to upholding legal standards. Last week we announced the passing of former Miss Liberia Annie Godfrey, so then send the information leading to her funeral rites. Like a celebration for Annie Wyndham Godfrey, Friday, September 27, 2024, family hour at 4 p.m. at the St. Moses Funeral Chapel. Silent wakekeeping at the deceased resident on 6th Street Single, 6 p.m. on Ali Brown compound. Saturday, September 28, 2014, removal of the body, 7:30. Funeral service at 9:30. Our Lady of Lebanon Catholic Church, St. Joseph Parish, Capitol Hill. On that note, I'd now like to invite Madam Carmen forward to the platform to make a presentation, and then she will be followed by the Deputy Minister for Culture and Tourism and Administrative Information.
Thank you so much, Minister. Honorable Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, and his deputies of the Ministry of Information, other government officials here present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the media here present. I bring you greetings from the Liberian Intellectual Property Office as I share with you the strides my administration at LIPO is making in advancing intellectual property across the country. These initiatives are not only testament to our dedication to protecting and nurturing creativities and innovations in Liberia, but also represent our firm commitment to the President's arrest agenda. In a world increasingly driven by knowledge, creativity, and innovation, intellectual property protection is a critical pillar that strengthens Liberia's social economic fabric. Through our collective work, we have taken significant steps to empower small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, the youth, the creative industry, and the research institutions. These strides align with streamlining with arrest agenda core pillars as they seek to harness the potentials of Liberia to create jobs and empower SMEs in Liberia. We do also have been ensuring that creativities and innovations are protected and valued by laying the groundwork for the knowledge-based economy that prioritizes the protections of intellectual property access and encourage innovations across various sectors under the administrations of the President's arrest agenda. Therefore, allow me to present to you a detailed overview of our completed projects, ongoing projects, and the one that we are about to initiate. 3 months awareness campaign research reaching out to the heart of Liberia, Mosorado, Grand Basso, and Nima. We have taken 3 months awareness campaign. We initiated that in Mosorado, Grand Basso, Buchanan City, and will be into Nima County this weekend. The first initiative that we wish to highlight is our ongoing 3 months intellectual property awareness campaign, which represents a critical effort by governments of Liberia to educate and sensitize the Liberian populace about the significance of intellectual property rights in Liberia. This campaign has taken a multifaceted approach involving outreach programs, workshop, training, and other capacity buildings. Our outreach efforts, which have so far engaged communities in Montserrat County and Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County, have allowed us to directly interact with Liberian SMEs, right holders, musicians, and other actors within the creative industries. Additionally, the second component of this campaign is the influencer campaign, in gearing towards leveraging the celebrated personality across various sectors to amplify our intellectual property awareness message to a broader audience, especially youth. The influencers have helped break down the complexities of intellectual property into understandable and clear content of our 3 months awareness campaign. Moreover, the Liberian Intellectual Property Hour, radio hour on Joy FM every Friday at 4 p.m. has become a flagship educational tool, creating a platform where experts discuss IP, intellectual property rights, has become a very significant and essential to our ongoing awareness campaign. The significance of this campaign lies in the fact that awareness is the foundation upon which a strong intellectual property culture is built. Therefore, by reaching out to the grassroots level, we are ensuring that every Liberian understands the value of protecting their creativities and innovation. These initiatives are not just about fulfilling our mission, they are also contributing to the President Waka's vision of enlightening society that can enhance its creativity and potential in the creative and the intellectual property ecosystem. We have trained over 200 SMEs in intellectual property access management in collaboration with the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization. Another key milestone in our journey so far is the recent training of over 200 SMEs in intellectual property access management by LIPO in collaboration with the African Regional Intellectual Property Organization. This training was designed to equip SMEs in the creative and intellectual property sector, in all the different sectors, from the IP background, from right holders and other SMEs that are in the 15 counties. Given that SMEs are the backbone of our economy, this initiative was of most important and is a direct response to the arrest agenda focused on economic revival. It ensures that our entrepreneurs can use intellectual property rights as a tool to enhance their competitiveness and attract investment and compete in the global marketplace. The Intellectual Property Club Initiative, one of our projects that we initiated and implementing is the Intellectual Property Club in the various high schools. Additionally, we have embarked on the pilot editions of the Intellectual Property High School Clubs initiative among a few schools in Montserrat County. At the end of this competition, students will have the opportunity to participate in the National Intellectual Property Competition, with the winning school representing Liberia in a regional competition against Zimbabwe, Malawi, and Botswana. Provisions Office pays to the Manufacturer Union of Liberia Intellectual Property to further support the local manufacturer sector, the government of Liberia, through the Liberia Intellectual Property Office, has provided office space to the Manufacturing Union of Liberia. This move is part of the government's broader strategy to create an enabling environment for Liberian manufacturers to strive. By providing this support, the government is helping the union streamline its operations, collaborate more effectively, and work on strategies that align with the Intellectual Property Rights Office. Signing of an MOU with the Central Agricultural Research Institute for the establishment of the Technology and Innovation Support Center. LIPO signed a landmark MOU with the Central Agricultural Research Institute for the establishment of the Technology, Innovation and Support Center in Cary. This center is designed to provide innovators, researchers, and entrepreneurs with access to latest technological resources, enabling them to develop and protect their innovation more effectively. Graduations of 30 SMEs, a 6-month project that was done by LIPO. Another important milestone was the graduations of 30 SMEs from the 6-month IP Management Clinic, conducted in collaboration with the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO. This clinic provided participants with in-depth training on intellectual property management, commercializations of intellectual property rights, and the enforcement of intellectual property rights. This initiative further demonstrates the government of Liberia's commitment through Liberia to building the capacity of SMEs, thereby enabling them to thrive in the competitive business landscape. It reinforces our dedications to empowering Liberian businesses to utilize IP as a tool for growing and economic empowerment. Ongoing Accessible Book Custodian ABC project. In collaboration with the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, we are also involved in the ongoing Accessible Book Custodian with WIPO aim and increasing the availability of books in accessible format for people who are blind, visually impaired, otherwise print disabled. This project is not only about people who are blind, but also about ensuring that all Liberians have access to knowledge and information regardless of their physical ability. Training of staff and police officers. We have embarked on training of staff, sent staff to Nairobi, Kenya, from the police academy, not police academy, but from the police headquarters, and enforcement officers from custom and even from the Liberia Intellectual Property Office to know the importance of intellectual property and the enforcement mechanism from Intellectual Property Office. Capacity building remains a critical priority in our efforts to strengthen Liberia IP ecosystem. In this regard, we have undertaken the training of our staff and several police officers to enhance their understanding of intellectual property laws and enforcement mechanisms. This initiative is aimed at building a more robust legal framework for IP protections in Liberia, as well as ensuring law enforcement agencies are equipped to tackle issues such as piracy and IP theft. The integrations of online APA filing system for IP registration have also been a significant development, streamlining the process of IP registration and making it more accessible to individuals and businesses across the country. These efforts align with the arrest agenda focused on accountability and safety as they contribute to a more transparent, efficient, and secure IP ecosystem. future projects that are ongoing to the Liberia Intellectual Property Office. As we celebrate our achievements, we are also looking ahead of future projects that would further enhance the Liberian IP Office. Pending partnership with the Liberian National Police and the Liberian Revenue Authority, we are on the verge of formalizing a partnership to strengthen enforcement against piracy and IP infringement. This collaboration will be instrumental in curbing illegal activities that undermine the creative and innovative effort of all IP and right holders in Liberia. Upcoming conference to launch the Women and Youth in Intellectual Property Rights. Youth and Women Intellectual Property Rights. This initiative will provide targeted support and training, enabling these groups to harness the power of IP to protect their innovation, participate more actively in the knowledge-based economy. Secondly, Phase 2 of the IP Management Clinic, building on the success of the first clinic, we will launch the second phase to benefit larger pool of SMEs, up to 100 SMEs across the country in the 15 counties. To conclude, the initiative we have embarked upon over the past month and the project that lay ahead all serve to strengthen Liberian intellectual property ecosystem, to promote innovation and protect the rights of our creators and innovators. This effort contributes significantly to President Walker's arrest agenda by fostering an environment where creativity and innovation can strive, supporting SMEs and providing opportunity for youth and groups to celebrate and protect their innovation and creativity. The Liberian Intellectual Property Office remains committed to ensuring that every Liberian has the opportunity to benefit from their creative endeavor and intellectual property contributions. We will continue to work tirelessly to build a robust IP ecosystem that supports economic growth, cultural enrichment, and technological advancement in our beloved country. Thank you, and together, let's continue to join towards a prosperous future in the IP ecosystem. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the Fourth Estate. I will stand on the existing protocol, my colleagues from the IP office. The World Tourism Day is celebrated globally on September 27th each year to underscore the significant role tourism plays in fostering international relations, cultural exchange, and economic growth. This year, Liberia's Grand Bassa County has been chosen as the national host for the celebrations, aligned with the global theme, tourism and peace. And we all know how peace is cardinal to our existence in this great republic. The event will demonstrate how tourism fosters peace by promoting cross-cultural understanding, creating economic opportunities, and contributing to sustainable development. The theme, Tourism and Peace, highlights the power of tourism in facilitating peaceful interactions between individuals from diverse backgrounds, cultures, and nations. Through shared experiences, tourism bridges devices and supports social cohesion, contributing to peace on a global scale. The importance of World Tourism Day. Let me just give a synopsis of that. Tourism is one of the most powerful drivers of economic development, job creation, and poverty alleviation. With its vast tourism potential, can leverage its natural resources and historical landmarks to attract international visitors and boost its economy. Tourism fosters peace by encouraging dialogue and understanding between people of different backgrounds. Visitors engage with local cultures, learn about history, and build connections that contribute to our global society. Tourism fosters peace by encouraging dialogue. But this year's celebration will spotlight Grand Bassa County. Stunning beaches. We all know we love to go on the beach. Rich cultural heritage and ecotourism potential, particularly showcasing destinations such as Buchanan Beach and other historical landmarks within Liberia and the region. Sustainable tourism, which promotes environmental preservation and community engagement, is essential for peaceful coexistence. World Tourism Day 2024 will emphasize the importance of responsible tourism and supports local livelihoods while preserving Liberia's natural beauty for future generations. The Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, MICAT, in collaboration with local authorities in Grand Bassa County, has organized a series of events leading up to the main celebration. We have a pre-event awareness, educational campaigns, and promotional initiatives like Discover Grand Bassa County. Will raise awareness of Liberia's tourism potential. We also have stakeholder engagement, close coordination with local leaders, businesses, and community members in Grand Bassa. That is also crucial to ensuring the event's success. We have cultural performances, traditional performances, will showcase the rich cultural heritage of Grand Bassa, highlighting Liberia's diversity. Site tours, tourists and attendees will be taking on guided tours. That will be done before and after. Buchanan's beaches, eco lodges, and historical sites to experience the tourism opportunities Grand Bassa and the region has to offer. The significance of the theme tourism and peace for Liberia. With its rich history, diverse culture, and stunning natural beauty, Liberia has the potential to position itself as a key destination in West Africa and globally. The theme tourism and peace aligns with the government's broader goals of promoting peace and reconciliation in post-conflict Liberia, as well as promoting the arrest agenda. As we all know, the arrest agenda is this government's primary program. That is the key objective of this government. We came to rescue, but then the arrest agenda is our focus at this point. And the T at the end of the arrest agenda stands for tourism. Tourism has the potential to unite people, create jobs, promote sustainable development, all of which are critical to maintaining long-term peace. As Liberia joins the rest of the world in celebrating World Tourism Day, the theme tourism and peace underscores the vital role tourism plays in fostering cultural exchange, enhancing mutual understanding, and driving economic growth. This event this year will not only highlight the beauty of Grand Bassa County, but also elevate Liberia's standing as a peaceful and vibrant tourist destination. Ladies and gentlemen, with this, I will say this year, members of the 4th Estate who will be in Grand Bassa County, you are welcome to join us. I rest my case.
I'm gonna let make a question.
You will introduce yourself and state the institution you report for. And please remember to speak your question for the issues. And one question to a guest, please.
All right, thank you so much. So my name is Maurice Olati. I report for OPF. It's good to see all of our guests here today. So my first concern is to Minister Sandro. Thank you so much, Minister, for your deliberation, ranging from the president visit to all of the country and some of the latest development from those areas. But I'm concerned about there is this information going around, particularly from the angle of the Liberian Senate, where two of the supporters of this government, Senator Prince Johnson and the other for Senator Prince Moody, they are talking about, or they are calling for punitive action to be taken against some of the people, let's just say Minister Myers, who was acting Minister of Finance, for alleged altering the recast budget. And what is the government initial and response to that? Thank you. So my other question goes to the Deputy Minister for Culture and Tourism. Thank you so much, Madam. There are Liberians who are out there. They are saying that not much has been said about tourism and ensuring some of the sites in Liberia. What has been your working over the years or over the months since you took over? And thank you.
Thank you. My name is Emmanuel Mokolo, and my question goes to the Minister, the Deputy Minister for Tourism. I think when it comes to days coming, like the celebration, people, especially citizens, get to understand we hear about tourism, but after then, citizens feel that there is no, tourism side and all of that. Being a Deputy Minister, the citizens are concerned. What is the plan? What is the plan in refarming tourism in this country? We will not just be talking about tourism when celebration coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Shakespeare Ziambo, and I report for Jet TV Liberia and Afro-Zeta Media website. My question goes to Madam Hobwe. You spoke very well, but I want to know how you go about giving your licenses to distributors who are distributing music and videos in Liberia, because the issue of piracy is very high in Liberia. I want to know how you go about distributing your licenses to them. My question goes to our minister, the Deputy Minister for Culture and Tourism. You spoke very well about the Tourism Day, but I did not hear you talk about Liberia participation to the EcoFest in Ivory Coast that is still there for this month. I did not hear you talk about that. I want to know what's the new date. You have been hearing that trip has been canceled or postponed to another date. And I also want to know there's an investigation.
One question.
It's a continuation. It's a continuation.
questions.
I also want to know there's an investigation going on about the trip. There was a huge discrepancy allegedly of non-musicians being placed on the list to go to Africa. So I want to know how far that investigation is going. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My name is Augustus Sai and I report from ELBC. My question goes to Madam Gardner Cookwood. I listened to you. You talked about things you've done, and you make mention of things you intend to do. But we all know that you do work within the time frame, and you are in a government that Liberian people give assist their mandate to. So you spoke of projects like the Women Conference that is spending, but you did not attach timelines to these projects. So I want you to kindly tell us as to what are the timelines assigned to all of those projects.
Thank you. So my name is James Balan, and I report for Military Africa in Miami County. The question goes to the Provision Minister. My minister spoke well, and I love the part to say tourism create jobs opportunity in Liberia. As such, and you are on another ministry, or since your sector is a wide sector, how far are we in removing the tourism department from the Ministry of Information and sending it to serve as an extra ministry in regard to the topic of creating jobs opportunity for Liberians? The next one has to do with our intellectual property. I heard you speaking about carrying on awareness in various counties, and you go on gradually and you work on completing the 15 counties. These people you have been training over the years, after their training, do you give them empowerment, or you just let them go and go back and sit down? Thank you.
My name is Christopher Desmond. I report for Voice of Liberia. Talking about intellectual property, I have a follow-up question from my colleague. He talked about licenses, and follow-up to that, I want to know, are there any copyright laws in Liberia? If so, how effective it is? Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much. My name is Ruben Guanchunon, and I report for Arato TV Liberia. And my first question goes to Madam Kame. You talked about the happy ecosystem awareness. We want to know the targeted county and how do you intend to work in improving the ecosystem in our country. And my second question goes to the Deputy Minister for Tourism. Where are the targeted county in terms of improving the tourism? Because Liberia is one of the countries that is recognized that has a lot of tourist centers that needs improvement. So we want to know why often do we exactly to engage counties that have a lot of area that needs tourist center.
Thank you. That was all the questions. TT, TMTS, TMCT, and I'll give the answer.
Very good question.
Thank you so much for the question concerning the licensing. How do we go about doing it? So, as a copyright holder, once you are a musician, under our band conventions, you have automatic rights. Once you put it on pen and paper, you have your rights. But the reason why LIPO is saying come to the office, you have your rights, but LIPO, the Liberian Intellectual Property Office, don't know you to be the owner of this particular music or video. So once you come to the office, you got a form there, all of the information are on it, your next of kin, everything will be provided. If, for example, your job on the work, we have to you have to provide us the contract between you and the next person. For example, maybe you did your work, but you don't have money to produce it. You went to your partner. So it could be 30-70 or 60-40. We want to see that particular document. And after you submit all of those documents, the fee is $10. Are you listening? $10. It used to be free, but now we say $10. When you meet all of the requirements, it takes like 1 month to grant you the certificate. The particular certificate is stored in our database. So tomorrow, if anybody infringe on you, we got a record for you and we can be witness for you. So the license, that's how the license is done. And when it comes to the Uganda Copyright Society, once you do your registration with the Copyright Office or LIPO Office, Uganda Copyright Society that you can be a member of, you proceed if you wish to, because that's where the money comes in. Other country, the Copyright Society collect royalties for right holders. So when you are a member of the Copyright Society, you proceed to the Copyright Society and they got form. You fill in the form, you do all of the requirements, then they give you the membership certificate. So when it comes to license or copyright certificate, that's how it is done at LIPO. So somebody talked about the timeline to the upcoming projects. So the projects are done based on partners. Like yesterday when I was working, I received an email for us to start the project for the women conference with WIPO. So they have to send me their timeline, the office their timeline. Sometimes it's done in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. This is now a 6 months project. Because I heard you talking about we are there for 6 months. No, it's not 6 months project. We do our project based on our partners, our request to our partner, and based on their timeline. Because sometimes you will do the request, is not in their timeline because they work with timing. So to answer your question, we partner with them, and we sit on the table, and sometimes we even call the SMEs. Because sometimes you're ready to do a project, SME people are not ready, they are doing different things. So the timeline is developed both with WIPO and LIPO. So it's not fixed. So empowerment, somebody talks about we training all of the SMEs, what are we giving them? When you say empowerment, I don't know what you mean, but the knowledge is empowerment. To even teach you, because some of them don't even know intellectual property. So even identify your intellectual property rights and to teach you how to commercialize. Because you know it, you got it, you don't know how to sell. My office is empowering them to teach them how to sell their intellectual property. We don't have cash to give to them, but one of the things we do for them, we do waiver in terms of protecting their intellectual property rights, like the logo, the trademark, and branding, to answer that question. Somebody talked about how effective is the copyright law. The copyright law is very effective. There's law for copyright. So if you just Google, most of us don't do a lot of research, just Google intellectual property Act of 2016 and go and show them. You will see the section that talks about copyright enforcement and infringement mechanism. 2 years ago, we had the enforcement team on the team. They arrested some of the Nigerians. In fact, they cuffed one of them, and he was on his way to Southeast. So the enforcement is active. And the 3 months awareness we carry on, since we took over, we are carrying on this awareness to make the public to know that intellectual property in this country, once you infringe on somebody's rights, it's almost like the same way they charge other criminals. So the awareness, after the awareness, we training the police because we can do the enforcement. It has to be the enforcement authority. So the police, the custom officer will do that job. So you know that the police know about intellectual property rights. Once they get in on the field, they will know how to identify all those intellectual property rights. And another person talks about, how do we go about the ecosystem, the awareness. The reason why we took Maserado, Buchanan, Grand Basso, and Lima is simple. So we are looking at our database. We realize that most of the right holders or even the SMEs that are into intellectual property, most of them are from Maserado. So we want to only stop in Maserado? No. In fact, the program pricing, the program director brought 5 counties. But the budget was too hard. And I told her, you know what? We can do it bit by bit. That's why we earmark Grand Basso, because you know a lot of artists are from Grand Basso. All of us knows that. And when you go to Lima, the entrepreneurs are planted in Lima. But we're not just passing through in Magibi. We will make a stop in Magibi. we make a stop in Bond County. And the ecosystem, gradually, the message is going. We pray that next year, the 15 counties, and we even decentralizing this intellectual property. We want to have this in all of the counties. So you can't come in Maserado to do registration. You can live right there in Pliwo or even in, how they call it, Lofa to do your registration. That's why the online platform is very important. I talk about it, and it will be provided so it can be eye-opener to our Liberian people. Thank you, and I think that will answer your question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, members of the fourth estate. Let me address your questions. Someone asked, Liberians out there are concerned. Not much has been said about tourism. I'm not sure how that is, because this government had laid emphasis on tourism, culture and tourism, and as members of the press, I expect you to do research and to follow up, what we do. But let me just say, recently, the president and his delegation went to Indonesia, and there was tourism discussed there. They also went to China. We all know that they went to Japan. Tourism was in the front and center. You all saw our Minister, Honorable Jeremy Pierre, signing some agreement, which I expect you to delve into it and find out how far we are or how we're going. I remember one of your reporters asked, why is it taking some time for all of these projects to come into reality? Well, we have to study how we go about with our partners. We do have a lot going on with tourism, and someone asked, what is the plan for tourism? Okay. We have the U.S. Embassy with a project we call the World Monument Project. That project is over a $5 million project, and that project is being signed, and we are going to commence on that very soon. That is one. We do have several projects ongoing that we want to make sure when we speak on tangibles. So until we can get a signed and sealed deal, we can come out here and start, saying things that are not confirmed. I've been liaising also with the Vice President office, which he is very concerned about tourism, and we are doing research as to how we can resuscitate the Duca Hotel, the Unity Conference Center, Hotel Africa, all of those places that used to be very vibrant that will give us a facelift for tourism. We're working on that. This year, we're also working on the Year of the Return. I'm sure you must have heard that. The Year of the Return is being planned by the Diaspora Office. That is the Executive Mansion, Foreign Affairs, MICAT, and members of the diaspora community. That will commence from December 1 to December 31st. We have Liberians in the diaspora all around the world that will be coming in to celebrate with us. This is something that we're going to be doing every year, but this is going to be a maiden edition. So we expect you all to follow us and see what we do. Like the president mentioned that, Ghana always said they are the gateway, but Liberia is going to be the destination. And someone also asked about EcoFest. EcoFest in the Ivory Coast was postponed. And we do have updates from the ECOWAS office. That communication was relayed that when they are ready, when they find a suitable location, they will let us know and we'll keep you posted. I know he did mention about skirmishes of people on the list that were not supposed to be on the list. That is an ongoing investigation, so we can't comment on that. As we go forward with the investigation, we will let you know. And someone also asked, how far are we with removing the tourism from MICAT? Well, if you can follow, as a member of the press, you know that the bill was passed in the lower house and it's gone to the Senate, and we expect the Senate to do due diligence. We have committees on information and justice. They are reviewing that act, and in due time, that will be done as well. And we expect that the president's agenda is on course. Moving tourism from MICAT is always a thing, and we know that it will bring development to the sector. So we expect you to also follow us, keep our feet to the fire. That's what you're out there for. And someone did ask tourism counties. At this point, I would say Liberia is a very beautiful place. I've traveled far and near, and I can say that. And we have some counties that are thriving in tourism, for example, Niba, Grand Basso, Cape Mount. But I can say that all of the counties in Liberia are potential places that tourism can thrive in. Because if you go to Maryland Harbor, you look at the beaches, you know that, wow, this is a destination. You go to Grand Cru, it's the same thing. So I don't think I can stand here and say, oh, this county will be the best. We are developing tourism, we are packaging tourism. Like I always say, everything is packaging. Other countries where people go and say, oh, for example, I'm going to Barbados, I'm going to Jamaica. It's not like they're better than us or the beautiful modern Liberia. The other thing is they package their country and sold it well. And like I always say, even with women, if you don't package yourself well, you will not find a husband. So everything is packaging. Liberia is being packaged. We are working on it, and we're going to make sure Liberia is on the map. That's what I'm here to do, and I will ensure that is done. Thank you. Packaging, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Morris Raki, the budget is a product of legislative deliberations. When both houses of the legislature argue, they make appropriation and pass the budget, it's a law. What punitive action should be taken against anybody who alter or shape figure in the budget? It is left with the very legislature. So it's not for me as a member of the executive to say what punitive action should be taken. They made the budget, they took the appropriation, they passed the law. If anybody violates that law, according to them, if you have the right to punish that person, and it is good that those who are making the call are coming from the government, right? They are support of the government. So, not much we can say on it because it's quite a matter of arrest with the legislation. When the allegation of the alteration of the budget was raised, I said that the forum to adjudicate this allegation is not on the radio, it is at the legislation. They have gone there, they've done what they're supposed to do. Whoever shifted figures in the budget, alter the budget, you can't say how to be punished. The very legislature has the answer to that question. On that note, We'd like to say thanks to all of you for coming. We look forward to seeing you on Thursday. We made the effort to get the Minister of Public Works and the Minister of Labor to be here as our guest on Thursday. So we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.